We are really going through a transition, a transitory period in this tired, beaten down republic. We really are. I don't know how we're going to survive and in what form or shape or manner that survival will look like, but I have some real fears. I really do. I think about my daughters and granddaughters. Although the fascist Christians are coming after more than just them. They're coming after everybody. That sounds so weird. Even when I say it, when I hear myself saying it, I want to stop and say, wait, Mike, what the fuck? Are you that paranoid? And you know, when I ask myself that question, the answer is yes. Hell yes. What do you mean paranoid? Take a look around. Look at what is happening. So this leaked draft that Politico got its hands on and showed to the public represents, I never thought I would use this term, a seismic shift in American politics and law. Seismic shift. I've seen that in print before, but I always thought, oh, come on. That's like a what was that? That's like a sea change. I hated that term, a sea change, you know, when the tide reverses itself. But seismic shift, well, you just heard me use it. There are unbelievable changes in store for women in much of this country. And the campaign landscape for you know, this November election, the midterm elections, the campaign landscape now is going to be dramatically changed. Watch what happens on the Christian right, how these foul-mouthed son of a bitches, these sick son of a bitches are going to start screaming and rewriting their political ads about they're here to save the lives of all the millions of babies that the liberals have murdered over the past 50 years. No more murder of the little babies. Vote me into office. This is what I mean about there's going to be probably a supermajority, veto-proof majority, whatever you want to call it, after the November elections this year. Yes, it's going to happen. So Peter Baker, writing at the, what was he, New York Times, Washington Post, damn it, I forget. But he writes that the morning after the disclosure of the opinion drew protesters outside the Supreme Court, and President Biden, congressional leaders, governors, state lawmakers, and candidates of all stripes woke up to a new reality in which one of the country's most divisive issues was suddenly thrust to the fore with implications that were hard to forecast. Well, Peter, let me just say, or no, actually, it was Emily Cochran who wrote that. Let me just say that I don't think the implications, Ms. Cochran, are hard to forecast at all. This is a major, major victory. Victory is our cry. Victory. This is a major victory for the Christians, the fascist Christians. This is what they've been striving for. Passed on through 2 generations. Stop Roe v. Wade. Stop it. Stop it. Whatever you do. Now I can die in peace if I know you'll just stop it. Please, thud. Oh, God. Now, of course, the draft opinion was not final. It's not an official issuance by the U.S. Supreme Court. And in much the same way that I guess it's possible to push a string or strike a match on a wet cake of soap, this decision may be changed before the court issues its decision within the next few weeks. But the publication of this leaked draft opinion is very clear. The country is on the verge of reversing a law that has been a bedrock, a constitutional law, a bedrock of American law for the last half century. Well, now, please understand, the Supreme Court can't declare something illegal. The Supreme Court can only declare something unconstitutional. It's up to the states to make it legal or illegal. You know that. We're a republic. We're not a straight-up democracy. We're a democratic republic. So the states now will have the right to make a decision about the legality or illegality within their state of abortion. I was looking at some of the reactions of political figures in this country. For example, the sainted Senator Susan Collins of Maine, who news reports still call her a centrist from Maine. The fuck she is. She's as much of a right-winger as any fascist Christian. How do you know? Look at her voting record. It is not centrist. But I digress. She, for her, issued a bit of caution in a statement that this decision of each justice, and they all signed off on this, isn't final until the Supreme Court officially announces its opinion. She said, quote, "If this leaked draft opinion is the final decision and this reporting is accurate, it would be completely inconsistent with what Justice Gorsuch and Justice Kavanaugh said in their hearings and in our meetings in my office," end quote. Inconsistent? Susan, can't you just say they're fucking liars? They sat there and lied to your face, ma'am, and to the entire Senate and the American public. You call it inconsistent? They're very consistent. They're fucking liars. They're Christians, Susan, like you. You know what your religion says. You know what your religion teaches. Do you think these people represent your religion? These are fascist Christians. Is that too strong a word for you, Senator Susan? I mean, are we to believe now, Senator Collins, that you were taken in, you were conned, you were bullshitted? Really? Pig's ass, you knew what these people were going to do, Senator. So Biden today called on Congress to pass legislation that puts the right of a woman to decide her own reproductive decisions firmly within her grasp, and it takes legislation. And I don't know enough about this, but even if all the states, I realize we're a republic, but if all the states passed laws allowing abortion, could not the Supreme Court still declare the whole amalgam of state laws to be unconstitutional? I mean, what they have done, what this Supreme Court draft has done is set up more years of this struggle. There are probably, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, about 13 or 14 states that have trigger laws that automatically take effect immediately if Roe v. Wade is, in fact, fully overturned when the court announces its decision. But Biden wants Congress to pass legislation codifying the right to abortion established by Roe v. Wade. In a written statement, Biden said this, quote, If the court does overturn Roe, it will fall on our nation's elected officials at all levels of government to protect a woman's right to choose. See, there he goes again, a woman's right to choose. How about a woman's right to privacy? Jesus, why is that word so difficult for people to say? It's privacy, Mr. President, not choose. Privacy. Excuse me. And he went on, quote, and it will fall on voters to elect pro-choice officials this November. Mr. President, can't you just say pro-privacy? He goes on, at the federal level, we will need more pro-choice senators and a pro-choice majority in the House. It's not a choice, it's a baby. We'll need these majorities in the House to adopt legislation that codifies Roe, which I will work to pass and sign into law, end quote. No, Mr. Biden, I'm sorry. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it, pal. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.